Today we're looking at one of the most important people on your business strategic planning team. It is the CFO. You're going to learn who the CFO is, what this person does, and why or why not you need one. Hey everyone, my name is Eddie Hood. I'm the CEO of Ignite Spot Outsourced Accounting, and today we're talking about the CFO and what this person should be doing for you if you have one, but you might not need one. So in this video, I'm going to help you determine why. The CFO stands for Chief Financial Officer. This is an important part of your business, but you may or may not need one. CFOs are really expensive and they serve a specific purpose. Now, you absolutely need a bookkeeper. This is the person that puts all the data into your system. They put in all of the bills and the invoices and all of that. You also probably need a controller. They create your month-end financial statements, close everything out, and give you your reports. But the CFO is different. This person is a strategic thinker. Now, of course, they oversee the accounting department in its entirety, but they don't work on the day-to-day, transactions and those kinds of things. Typically, they sit next to you as the business owner to help you make the most of your decisions so that you become profitable. So think of it this way. If I were to draw a line in time, everything in the past, that's what your bookkeeper and your controller do. They look at everything that has happened, okay? Everything that took place way back when. They create a report that explains that to you and say, here's what you did. The CFO then takes that report and says, all right, let's look this way. Let's look into the future. And if we did this, this will happen. Or if we do this, this and this will happen. Or if we do this, that will happen, and we don't want that to happen, so let's avoid that. So your CFO is a bit like a fortune teller for you. They look to the future to help you make the best strategic moves possible, because as a business owner, sometimes you just don't know what to do. You know what you want to do, but you don't know if doing that will put you out of business or not. The CFO will answer that question for you. So what is the number one job of a CFO? Well, it sounds a bit like a textbook answer, but it is to increase the shareholder value of your company. So if you ask me, a shareholder is anybody that touches and benefits from your company. So these are your employees, these are your vendors, and of course, this is you and anybody else that has put money into the company. So the CFO's job is to figure out how to make it more profitable and more financially strong and stable for everybody involved. Another thing that the CFO should do in your business is to foster relationships that will make your company financially more feasible. So they might be working with bankers and lenders, investors, other shareholders, the kinds of people that are going to be putting capital into your business or helping you to manage that portfolio of wealth. So that's your CFO's job. Your bookkeeper and your controller just won't have the skill set or the experience to deal with those kinds of things. So if you don't need that, if you don't need loans and investors and all that stuff, and you don't need somebody to sit on your strategic council, you might not need a CFO yet. If you're too small, it doesn't make sense to hire one of these people yet because they are quite expensive. All right, the last thing I want to say about a CFO, and this is the thing that just pisses me off about CFOs, but I love it as well, is that they like to play devil's advocate. So every time you as a business owner come up with a really good idea, the CEO is going to be that person in the corner that's like rubbing his or her chin, and they're nodding, and they're thinking, and they're going, yeah, that's a good idea, Bob, but what about this? And they're going to say that thing, or they're going to ask that question that just drives you nuts because it kind of puts a wall in front of your goal or your dream. But guess what? That question has to be asked because it will affect your finances and the future of the project or the goal you're trying to accomplish. So the CFO's job is to poke holes in everything that you're doing financially so that when it comes time to actually launch it, you've got the money to do it. Well guys, again, you might not need a CFO. If you are at that point in your business where you do though, that's a very exciting time because that means you're getting ready to excel growth. You really just push the business forward and go from, for example, $1 million in sales to 10 million or 80 million or something like that. But don't get a CFO until you can afford one. Make sure you've got all of your processes in place first. You've got a good bookkeeping system, a good controller system. You've got a good employee staffing system. Once you've got those things working, you've got enough capital, invest in your CFO. That's like putting gas on the fire and just lighting the thing ablaze and growing your business. That's an exciting time for you and your company. So I hope you're there. If not, get there as quickly as you can. And until next time, have fun growing your businesses and stay profitable.